Page turn alert. The Hillary Clinton campaign has identified a weak period and is seeking to transform its candidate into a more human-like figure. Exhibit A World News Tonight interview with ABC's David Muir, in which Clinton finally apologized for her private email server.
That was a mistake. I'm sorry about that. I take responsibility. And I'm trying to be as transparent as I possibly can.
That is part of Hillary 2.0 or 3.0 or even 4.0, depending on your point of view. Here's how the updated Clinton candidate will perform, according to the mainstream media outlets that were spoon-fed the details. She will A, enact humorous responses, B, initiate spontaneous reactions, and C, activate the joy capacitor. But seriously, this approach is so ham-handed that even David Axelrod tweeted that it reads like something out of The Onion and threw in a hashtag that would make my boy Shia LaBeouf jealous. Just do it! Mark? How could the Clinton campaign possibly be going about this page-turning activity in this fashion?
It's inexplicable because she's got a big problem with voters, but her problem with elites in the press and the Democratic Party is a lot worse. Yeah. And you do not tell people what your strategy is. You simply do your strategy. And they're now promising all these things about joy and spontaneity. She should just go out and be a better candidate. This talking about if she's not the nominee, this day will go down in history as one of the stupidest things they've done.
Well, I will say a day that went down in history, in my history, and somewhat in your history, in a book we wrote, as one of the stupidest days in her last campaign was back in 2007 in December, a little later in the cycle, when the Clinton campaign, flailing in Iowa, announced basically to the New York Times that she was about to undertake a likability tour, and she flew around the state in the helicopter, and everyone mocked her ceaselessly for talking about how she was going to go around and tell people, hey, look at me, I'm likable. Again, you're likable, you're not likable. If you announce you're trying to be likable, you come across like a phony, and that's what she seems like to a lot of people anyway.
David Axelrod's tweet speaks for multitudes, because that is the view of elites. And as I said, the elites overstate her problems with the voters. She's doing okay with the voters in a lot of ways, but her elite problem is immense. Apologizing will help. I don't really care about the apology. I know a lot of people do.
What's the difference?
But it is the accountability problem, likability problem. She should be herself and not talk about being herself.
And part of the narrative with her always is calculating, everything overly poll tested, over market tested, over scripted, all those things. This just screams that all those parts of the narrative are true.
I can only imagine how many conversations they had between yesterday when she wouldn't apologize over this to today when she did.
Freaking ridiculous.
In the